Good afternoon. So today we discuss about the block 4 emerging technologies for business, and in unit 10 we discuss about cloud computing. The main objective of this unit is, after studying this unit, a student can learn how to what is actually cloud computing, and a student can understand the cloud computing architecture and also the various services of cloud computing and the advantages and disadvantages, and how the different models are deployment in cloud computing, and what are the next generation computing paradigm. So these are the main objectives a student can learn after this unit. Now we discuss about introduction. What is actually a cloud computing? Cloud computing refers to the on-demand delivery of computing resources over the internet, enabling users to access services like servers, storage, and software without needing to own or manage the underlying infrastructure. Instead of storing files on a local computer or server, users can access them remotely through the internet. So, generally, cloud computing. So, the meaning is we can store data in a remote place. Anyone can access at a time of requirement from that remote place. That is, if we store our information of or our data in a server, it may be in any location in the earth, we can access it as and when required through internet, and that is known as a cloud computing. Cloud computing provides access to IT resources such as server, physical or virtual computers that host applications and data, storage, data storage solutions from simple cloud drives to complex databases, organized collections of data that are accessed and managed online, networking, the infrastructure that connects all of the components and allows for data transfer, software, applications, and tools accessed and used through the cloud. So, basic idea of the cloud computing is that all the data and information, it may be the used data or information of an organization, is stored in such a place that anyone can access at any moment of time. That means it is a real-time system, and that is known as a cloud computing. For example, the email server. We are using the Gmail, Yahoo Mail, Rediff Mail. What is that actually? We are open a mail ID in the Gmail. So that means whenever we open, if you send any data, if our friends send any data, if our organization, any organization sends any data or any message to my mail ID, and that mail ID store that data where? Not in my personal computer. That is stored in the email server or mail server. That is not the cloud. As and when, any place, at any moment of time, I can access that data, that message in my mobile or in my computer at any location. That is not the cloud computing. Then how it works? Users can access cloud services through the internet using various devices like computers, phones, tablets. The services are managed and maintained by cloud providers like Amazon Web Service and Microsoft Azure. who often offer pay as you go pricing. That is the how the cloud is worked and we are take the benefits. Generally, suppose I want to start a business, online business of my own infrastructure. So it is required to invest money to purchase a, server and number of computers is required and software is required. Why? We purchase the server and install the softwares. It's not required. We can purchase the benefits, the services from the Amazon Web Service or Microsoft Azure. So this is the cloud services they have provided us by taking some money. So the key benefits are cost saving, scalability. So what is the meaning of cost saving? Computing eliminates the need to purchase and maintain expensive IT hardware and software. If we develop our own infrastructure to start the own business, online business, if we install the own software and the hardware, it is required to maintain. The maintenance cost and the installation cost is very high. So that's why if we implement the cloud computing technology and we purchase that benefits from the Amazon Web Service or Microsoft Azure, then the cost is less. And scalability. Resources can be easily scaled up or down, allowing businesses to adapt to changing needs. So this is the meaning of this scalability. Then flexibility. Users can access their data and application from anywhere with an internet connection. That is the advantages of this cloud computing technology. I am explained already with the example of email. We can access the email at anywhere through my mobile and the messages which are stored in the email server. Increase productivity. By offloading IT management, businesses can focus on core tasks and innovation. And faster innovation, that means cloud computing enables faster development and testing of new ideas and technologies. So this is the main purpose of the cloud computing implemented in our organization or in our day-to-day life. Then types of cloud. Cloud computing can be categorized into four main types based on their deployment models and ownership of infrastructure. These types are the first one is a public cloud. A public cloud is a type of cloud computing in which the infrastructure is owned and operated by a third party service provider. The resources such as servers and storage are shared among multiple organizations, and users can access these resources over the internet. The examples of public cloud providers include AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Platforms, etc. So that means a third party service provider provides all the facilities to us so that the public can access it. Private cloud. A private cloud is a type of cloud computing in which the infrastructure is owned and operated by a single organization. The resources are not shared with other organizations, and the cloud can be hosted either on premises or in a third party data center. Private clouds provide organizations with a greater control over their infrastructure and data and can be customized to meet specific business needs. So this is known as a private cloud. So the control mechanism, that means the security mechanism is implemented in this private cloud. Then hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud is a combination of public and private cloud models, allowing organizations to leverage the benefits of both. Organizations can use the public cloud for non-sensitive data and applications, while keeping sensitive data and applications in a private cloud. Hybrid clouds provide organizations with greater flexibility and scalability, while also providing greater control over sensitive data. So private cloud and public cloud, if combined together, it is called as a hybrid cloud. For an example, I am explaining here. The email ID of my is a public and private both. My email ID is known to the public, and public can send the different messages to my mail ID or any data to my mail ID, and that is stored and no one can access it because it is private. If I am putting my password, email ID and password, I can open my mail ID and visualize the messages which are sent by the publics. And that is the meaning of this hybrid cloud. I am here. That means it is a combination of private and public. That those data which are access to the public, it can be permitted. And those data which are sensitive, we can store separately such that only authorized person can access it. That is the meaning of your flexibility and scalability. Hybrid cloud provides greater control over sensitive data. Multi-cloud. A multi-cloud strategy involves using multiple cloud providers for different applications or workloads. This approach can provide organizations with greater flexibility and redundancy. Redundancy means duplication, as well as the ability to choose the best cloud provider for each specific needs. However, managing multiple cloud providers can also present challenges in terms of integration and security. Each type of cloud has its own advantages and disadvantages, and organizations should carefully evaluate their needs and objectives before choosing a cloud deployment model. So there are actually four models, and we can implement or deployment these models according to our requirement to solve our problems. Then, what are the different types of services of cloud computing? There are four types of services. Number one, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service, and functions as a service. Then infrastructure as a service we discuss first. What is the meaning of this? It is a type of cloud computing that gives people access to it. That is, a user can access the IT tools like virtual computers, storage, and network through the internet. And we do not need to buy or manage physical hardware. Instead, we pay only for what we use. That is the meaning of this infrastructure as a service. Suppose I want to start, again I repeat that example. I want to start my own business, online business, and it is required to purchase a server. The server cost maybe 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs, or more than 3 lakhs. Then what happened? Without purchasing a infrastructure, a server, we take the services of the cloud computing technologies from different vendors. That is infrastructure as a service. I'm not purchased one server. I can purchase the space of the Microsoft Azure or from AWS. And through internet, I connected. That is the meaning of infrastructure as a service. So what are the key benefits of using of this infrastructure as service? The major benefits are flexibility and control, reducing expenses of hardware, means why we purchase the hardware devices or components to install or to develop a online platform, and scalability of resources. Then what is the meaning of this flexibility and control? Infrastructure as a service comes up with providing virtualized computing resources such as VMS, storage, that means virtual memory, storage, and network facilities, users with control over the operating system and applications. That is the meaning of flexibility and control. Then second one is reducing expenses of hardware. Infrastructure as a service provides business cost saving with the elimination of physical infrastructure investment, making it cost effective. Suppose now I want to create a computer lab in my institutions, and I have purchased 10 computers, and each computer having its own secondary storage devices, primary storage device and secondary storage both are available, and they are connected to a particular server to access the information. So what happened if we eliminate the component, that is the secondary storage devices of each computer, then it is reduce the cost. Then what happened? Where you store? Because our computers are connected to the central server. So that's why whatever jobs, whatever data we are typing, we can save it in the central server so that anyone can access it. The up-to-date or updated data can be accessed by the user. That means that is the reducing expenses of the hardware. Then scalability of resources. The cloud provides in scaling of hardware resources up or down as per demand, facilitating optimal performance with cost efficiency. That is known as scalability of resources. Then platform as a service. PaaS. First one is a IaaS, infrastructure as a service. Second one is a platform as a service. What is the meaning of this? Platform as a service means the cloud computing model where the third party provider offers the software and hardware tools needed to develop, test, and run applications. This allows the user to focus on building their applications without worrying about managing servers or infrastructure. So what happened? Platform as a service means the cloud computing technology provided through a third party to the users the software as well as the hardware. directly to the users so that the users can develop, test, and run applications. So that's why I'm writing one example here. AWS, Amazon Web Service, Elastic Beanstalk is a PaaS offered by Amazon Web Services that helps developers quickly deploy and manage applications while AWS takes care of the need resources like servers, load balancing, and scaling. Some key benefits of the PaaS are: number one, simplifying the development. Platforms as a service offers application development by keeping the underlying infrastructure as an abstraction. It helps the developer to completely focus on application logic, and background operations are completely managed by the AWS platform. So that is major Amazon Web Service platform, simplifying the development. Then the second one is your automation of scaling. Management of resource scaling, guaranteeing the program's workload efficiency, is ensured by PaaS. Then the third one is your enhancing efficiency and productivity. PaaS lowers the management of infrastructure complexity, speeding up the execution time and bringing the updates quickly to market by streamlining the development process. That is major enhancing efficiency and productivity. So first one is your IaaS, infrastructure as a service. The second one is your PaaS, platform as a service, and the third one is your same name, software as a service. Software as a service is a way of using software over the internet instead of installing it on our computer. The software is hosted by a company and we can use it by logging it in through a web browser. We do not need to worry about updates, maintenance, or storage. The provider takes care of all that. A common example is Google Documents. We can write and share documents online without downloading any software. Some key benefits of using SaaS: collaboration and accessibility. Software as service helps users to easily access applications without having the requirements of local installation. It is fully managed by AWS software, you working as a service provider. Then automation of updates. SaaS provides manage the handling of software maintenance with automatic latest updates, ensuring users gain experience with the latest features and the security patches. In cost efficiency, SaaS act as a cost-effective solution by reducing the overhead IT support by eliminating the need for individual software license. That is not the cost efficiency. Then the next one is a function as a service. What is function as a service? That is the FaaS. It is a cloud computing service that allows customers to run code in response to events without managing the complex infrastructure. We just write the code, upload it, and the cloud provider runs it only when it is needed. You pay for the time for the code runs. Then, for example, with AWS, Lambda, you can write a function that resizes images whenever some uploads a photo of websites. We do not need to keep a server running all the time. AWS runs your functions only when a photo is uploaded. Here are some key benefits of using SaaS. The major key benefits are event-driven execution, cost effectiveness, and scalability and agility. So the first one, event-driven execution. Function as a service helps in maintenance of servers and infrastructure, making users worry about it. FAS facilitates the developers to run code as a response to the event. Then the cost effective. FAS function as a service facilitates cost effectiveness by coming up with the principles. Pay as per your own run. Pay as per your own run. That is the quotation. Remember, for the computing resources used. And the fourth one is your scalability and agility. Serverless architectures called effortlessly handling the workloads, promoting agility in development, development and deployment. Then we discuss about cloud computing infrastructure. How the cloud computing works already you know. Types of clouds, models already you know. Now we discuss about cloud computing infrastructure. The, there are different components used in cloud computing infrastructure. The first one is the front end, second one is the back end, third one is the cloud based delivery and a network. So, as we know, network, three components are there. One is the keyword internet, intranet, and into cloud. So, first we discuss internet means globally anyone can access the messages which are stored in the cloud. That is the meaning of internet. Intranet means only authorized person can access to collect the data and information. So that is known as the intranet. And first one is your front end, second one is your back end. Front end. Front end means, as we know, whenever we move to a ATM counter, there is a computer, and that computer is connected through internet to the server of the bank, where our information is stored permanently. If you withdraw money from that ATM counter immediately, that the current or updated account, the saving balance or balance amount will be displayed on the computer. Automatically it will be updated. That is the meaning of front end here. Means a user can interact with the computer system through the front end. Backend means where the data are stored permanently. That is called as a backend. Nowadays, every organization save their data in the server. And the third one is a cloud-based delivery and a network. So these are the three components of cloud computing infrastructure. Then we discuss about front end. Front end means user interaction, as I already discussed about it. The user interface of cloud computing consists of two sections of clients. The thin clients are the ones that use web browser, facilitating portable and lightweight accessibilities, and others are known as fat clients that use many functionalities for offering a strong user experience. Then the cloud computing architecture. Cloud computing architecture means client infrastructure, internet, and different applications. Application, service, runtime cloud, storage, and infrastructure. These are also included in the backend. Then, backend platform. The core of cloud computing is made of backend platform with several servers for storage and processing. Management of applications logic is managed through servers, and effective data handling is provided by storage. The combination of these platforms at the backend offers the processing power and the capacity to manage store data behind the cloud. That is not the backend platform. And third one is a cloud-based delivery and network. On-demand access to the computer and resources is provided over the internet, intranet, and intercloud. The internet comes with globally accessibility, and the resources are used for local connectivity. Then the internet comes with global accessibility. The internet helps the internal communications of service within the organization, and the intercloud enables the interoperability across various cloud services. This dynamic network connectivity ensures an essential component of cloud computing architecture on guaranteeing easy access and data transfer. So these are the three cloud computing infrastructure components. The major characteristics of cloud computing. The major characteristics of cloud computing, number one is scalability, shape money, reliability, physical security, outsource management. So we discuss one by one. The first one is scalability. With cloud computing hosting, it is easy to grow and shrink the number and size of server based on needs. This is done by either increasing or decreasing resources in the cloud. This ability to alter plans due to fluctuation in business size and needs in super benefit of cloud computing, specifically when experiencing a sudden growth in demand. That is measure scalability. Then I'd save money. An advantages of cloud computing is the reduction in hardware cost. If you are not purchased directly, if you purchase the third party and take the help of the third party, then it is called as your reduction cost. Instead of purchasing in-house equipments, hardware needs are left to the vendor. For companies that are growing rapidly, new hardware can be large, expensive, and inconvenient. Cloud computing all alleviates these issues because resources can be acquired quickly and easily. Even better, the Cost of repairing or replacing equipment is passed to the internal power cost and safe space. Large data centers can take off previous office space and produce a large amount of heat. Moving to cloud computing applications and storage can help maximize space and significantly cut energy expenditures. So this is known as your save money. And the next one is your backend platform, cloud computing engine. The core of cloud computing is made at backend platforms with several servers for storage and processing computing. Management of applications logic is managed through servers and effectively data handling is provided by storage. The combination of these platforms are the backend offers processing power capacity to manage and store behind the cloud. Then cloud-based delivery and network. On-demand access to the computer and resources is provided over the internet and intercloud. The internet comes with global accessibility. The internet helps in internal communication of the service within the organization, and the intercloud enables interportability across various cloud services. This dynamic network connectivity ensures an essential component that the cloud computing architecture on guaranteeing easy access and data transfer. Then scalability and save money, reliability, physical security, outsourcing management. With cloud hosting, it is easy to grow the sync, the number, and the size of the servers based on the need. This is done by either increasing or decreasing the resources in the cloud. This ability to alter plans due to the fluctuations of business size need a super benefits of the cloud computing, specifically when the experiencing a sudden growth in demand. That is the advantages of the cloud computing means number of we can increase if demand is more, we can increase the infrastructure because we are not directly purchasing, we can take the help of the third party and the service providers, and that is the meaning of the scalability. We increase the memory space, we increase the speed, that's all. Save money. An advantage of cloud computing is the reduction in hardware cost because we are not directly purchase the hardware components. Instead of purchasing in-house equipments, hardware needs are left to the vendor. For companies that are growing rapidly, new hardware can be large, expensive, and inconvenient. Cloud computing alleviates these issues because the resources can be acquired quickly and easily. Even better, the cost of repairing, replacing equipment is passed to the vendors, along with purchase cost, offsite hardware costs, internal power cost, and shared space. Large data centers can take up precious office space and produce a large amount of heat. Moving to the cloud applications or storage can help maximize the space and significantly cut energy expenditures. Then reliability, rather than being hosted on one single instance of a physical server, hosting is delivered on a virtual platform. That's why the virtual partitions that draw on its resources, such as disk space from an extensive network underlying physical server. If one server goes offline, it will have no effect on availability at the virtual server will continue to pull resources from the remaining network of services. Physical security, the underlying physical servers are still housed within data centers and no benefits from the security meshes that those facilities implement to prevent people from accessing them on site. Then outsource management. When we are managing the business, someone else manages your computing infrastructure. You do not need to worry about management as well as the degradation. So that is one of the characteristics of cloud computing. Then pros and cons of cloud computing means the advantages and disadvantages of cloud computing. Cloud computing refers to the delivery of computing resources, including software, servers, storage space, database, networking, and many more through internet. That is the actual meaning of cloud computing. It has become increasingly popular in recent years due to its many benefits or advantages, including cost saving, scalability, and flexibility. However, there are also some potential drawbacks to consider when deciding whether to use cloud computing or not. What are the advantages? The positive side: cost saving, scalability, flexibility. Cost saving, cloud computing eliminates the need for businesses to invest in expensive hardware and software which can save significant cost. Scalability, the cloud computing allows businesses to easily scale their resources up or down depending on their needs, which can help them quickly adapt to changing market conditions. Flexibility, cloud computing allows employees to access data and applications from anywhere with an internet connection, making it easier for them to work remotely. Then, reliability. Cloud providers often offer high level of uptime and reliable service, which can help business avoid costly downtime. Security, cloud providers often have robust security measures in place to protect data, which can be specifically important for businesses that deals with sensitive information. Then the disadvantages of cloud computing: dependence on dependence on internet. Cloud computing requires a reliable internet connection, and any descriptions to these connections can result in downtime for the businesses. Data security concerns. While cloud providers often have strong security measures in place, the businesses may still be concerned about the security of their data when it is stored on third party servers. One more disadvantage or limitations: limited control. Businesses may have limited control over the hardware and software used by the cloud provider, which can make it difficult to customize the environment to their needs. Compliance issues: certain industries may be subject to strict compliance regulations, and using cloud computing may not be compliant with these regulations. Cost over time. While cloud computing can save money in short terms, over time cost can be add-ups as businesses pay for ongoing subscriptions and usage fees. So these are the disadvantages of cloud computing. Next, we discuss about cloud deployment models. As we know, already discussing the introduction part, public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, and community cloud. So there are four primary cloud deployment models. Public cloud. A public cloud is a cloud computing environment that is owned and operated by a third party cloud service provider. The provider makes computing resources such as virtual machine, application storage available to the general public over the internet. Then private cloud, a private cloud is a cloud computing environment that is used exclusively by a single organization. It may be managed by the organization itself or by a third party service provider, but it is dedicated to that organization's use. Hybrid cloud. A hybrid cloud is a combination of public and private cloud infrastructure. Similarly, community cloud, it is a type of cloud deployment model that is designed for the use of specific community or group of organizations that have shared interests or requirements. In a community cloud, the infrastructure, services, and resources are community. The community cloud is managed either by a single organization or by a third party provider. That it can be hosted either on premises, premises or off premises. Then we discuss about service management in cloud computing. Cloud computing service management can be divided into several key areas. Number one, service level management, incident management, change management, configuration management, security management, and capacity management. The service level management means it involves setting and monitoring service level agreements to ensure that services are delivered according to the agreed upon performance and availability standard. Incident management. This involves identifying, tracking, and resolving incidents that occurs during the delivery of the cloud-based services. Then change management. This involves managing changes to the cloud infrastructure, applications, and service to ensure that they are made in a controlled and coordinated manner. Then configuration management. This involves maintaining a record the configuration items that make of the cloud infrastructure and services and managing changes to those items. Then security management. This involves ensuring that the cloud infrastructure and service are secure and compliant with relevant regulations and standards. Then capacity management. This involves ensuring that there is sufficient capacity in the cloud infrastructure to meet the demand for service. Then we discuss about the next concept that is known as the management in cloud computing. As data at the backend, how can we manage in cloud computing system? So the major key benefits of data management in the cloud computing are: number one, data migration. This involves moving data from on-premises storage to a cloud environment. This can be a complex process that requires careful planning and coordination to ensure that the data is migrated efficiently and without disruptions to the business. Then data backup and recovery. It is very important because as you store all the data and information in the server in one place, so that's why data backup and recovery is required to take. So cloud-based data backup and recovery services are typically used to ensure that data is protected against accidental and malicious data loss. These services provide automated backups and point-in-time recovery options to help organizations quickly restore their data in case of an outage or disasters. Then data security. Cloud providers typically offer a range of security services to help protect the data in the cloud. This includes encryption, identity and access management, and threat detection and responses. That is one of the data security. Then data management in cloud computing, data governance. This involves managing the policies and procedures that govern the use of data in cloud environment. This includes managing access control, defining data retention policies, and ensuring compliances. In data analytics, cloud computing provides a powerful platform for processing and analyzing large amounts of data. Cloud-based data analytics services can help organizations gain insights into their data, identity trends, and make data-driven decisions. Now we discuss about the different resource management and security in cloud. The major security management or resource management in cloud computing are resource management. This involves managing the allocation of resources such as virtual machine, storage, and network bandwidth to ensure that applications and service have the resources they need to operate effectively. Security measures means cloud providers offer a range of security services to help protect cloud resources from unauthorized access, data loss, and other security threats. These services include identity and access management or network security, data encryption, and threat detection and response. In compliance, cloud providers also helps organizations to meet regulatory and compliance requirements by providing compliance certification, auditing and reporting tools, and other compliance related services. Disaster recovery. Disaster recovery is an essential component of cloud security that involves preparing for the recovering from potential disasters such as natural disasters, cyber attacks, etc. Cloud providers offer a range of disaster recovery services, including data backup and recovery, failover, and replication. Monitoring and reporting. Cloud providers offer tools and services to help organizations monitor and report on their cloud resources, performance, and security. This includes monitoring for security threats, network traffic, and resource utilization, as well as the providing reports on the compliance of the security postures. So these are the resource management security in cloud. Then inter-cloud resource management. How can we manage the resources inside our business organization? Resource allocation. The inter-cloud resource management involves allocating resources to applications and services across multiple cloud environments. Load balancing. Load balancing is a critical aspect of inter-cloud resource management that involves distributing workloads across multiple cloud environments to ensure that resources are utilized effectively. And interoperability, inter-cloud resource management requires interoperability between different cloud providers to enable seamless management of resources across multiple clouds. Cloud providers should provide APIs that allow organizations to manage their resources programmatically. And then security. Intercloud resource management requires robust security measures to protect data and resources across multiple cloud environments. Security measures should include data encryption and identity and access management and threat detection and responses. In cost management, intercloud resource management requires effective cost management to ensure that resources are utilized effectively across multiple cloud environments. This includes monitoring resources utilization and implementation cost optimization strategies, such as using reserved instance and spot instances. Then resource providing methods, how the resource providings are provided. That's why it is called as a resource provisioning methods. So there are some common provisioning methods. Number one, manual provisioning, automated provisioning, on-demand provisioning, dynamic provisioning, capacity provisioning, etc. So manual provisioning means in this method, administrators manually allocate resources to applications and service are based on their requirements. This approach is suitable for small-scale developments or applications with predictable resource requirements. However, it can be time consuming or an error prone. Automated provisioning. This method involves automating the process of resource allocation using tools such as configuration management. Automation enables faster and more reliable provisioning of resources and allows administrators to respond to changes in demand quickly. Then on-demand provisioning, in this method, resources are allocated on demand as needed by applications or services. This approach is suitable for the applications with unpredictable resources requirements or those that experience sudden spikes in demand. Then dynamic provisioning means this method involves dynamically adjusting the resource allocation based on changes in demand. Then capacity provisioning involves allocating resources to applications or services based on expected demand. This approach involves predicting future demand based on historical data and allocating resources accordingly. Then organizations need to develop policies and procedures that align with their business objective and regulatory requirements to ensure that resources are allocated effectively and efficiently. Then global exchange of cloud resources. Here are some key aspects of global exchange of cloud resources. Interoperability, federation, resource management, security, billing and metering are the major global exchange of cloud resources. So these are the actually global exchange of cloud resources. Then cloud security challenges, data breaches, insider threats, cloud service provider security, data loss are the major cloud security and challenges. Because cloud means remotely, it is access anywhere on the earth through internet. So risk is very high. So these are the different security challenges are there or limitations. In technologies and advancements, serverless computing, artificial intelligence and machine learning, multi-cloud, edge computing, hybrid cloud, container, cloud native architecture. These are known as the cloud technologies and advancements. Then Hadoop. Hadoop is an open source framework that is used for distributed storage and processing of large data set. The framework is designed to be scalable, fault tolerance, and cost effective, making it an ideal solution for big data processing. Hadoop consists of two main components: Hadoop distributed file system, map reduced, Hadoop and Hadoop common, Hadoop ecosystems. So these are the different components of your Hadoop. Then the federation in the cloud, four levels of federation. There are four levels of federation in cloud: identity federation, resource federation, service federation, policy federation. Identity federation, this level of federation allows users to authenticate and access resources across multiple cloud. And resource federation, this level of federation allows resources such as virtual machines or storage to be shared across multiple cloud environments. And service federation allows cloud services to be accessed and consumed across multiple cloud environments. Policy federation, this level of federation allows policies and governance to be applied consistently across multiple cloud environments. And some case studies are there: Netflix, General Electric, Capital One, Unilever. Thank you.